The International Sic Metre World Championship was held in Cowes from the 16th to the 23rd of July. The event was timed to coordinate with the Metre Rule Centenary Regatta and presented an unparalleled opportunity for 6 metres from all over the world to come and sail in the Solent. The Royal Yacht Squadron hosted the event and 8 races were scheduled. The appalling weather experienced across Britain through the week had its effects here too, resulting in racing having to be abandoned on the first day. Undeterred, the Squadron Race Committee managed to fit in 7 races in 3 days. It's now 100 years since the metre rule was first written. 6 metres were amongst the first boats sailing in the Olympics, beginning with the 1908 London Olympics. There has been a real resurgence of interest in recent years, with many old boats being restored, new boats being built, and some of the megastars of the sailing world choosing metre boats for their personal sailing. The 6 metre class sails as 2 fleets, classics and moderns. The classics were all built pre-1965, and the moderns after that year. When trying to determine which is which, the giveaway is the shape of the bow and stern overhangs, with the classics having longer overhangs, and the moderns with a longer waterline and short overhangs. New technology, lighter and stronger materials, and computer wizardry continue the drive for faster and stronger boats. The metre classes have a formula that can accept such changes, yet keep to the concepts formulated in 1906. Both fleets sail the same windward leeward courses set in the Eastern Solent, with 10 minutes between the start of the moderns and the classics. There were 23 entries in the modern division. Of the 7 races held, it was the Swiss boat Flo, owned by Bernard Hastley, that won the moderns overall, having had 1 first, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. In the 5th race they came 13th, but with this as their discard, they remained on top with 22 points overall. Second in the moderns was Brevard 6, a French boat owned by J.D. Saraquin and built in 1988. They also had a first and 2 seconds, and only lost to Flo by a narrow margin of 4 points. In 3rd place came Battle Cry, with a 1st, 2nd and 4th, leaving them with 27 points, just 1 point behind Brevard 6. Battle Cry is a British boat built in 1988, and is owned by the Prentice Trust. There were 25 entries in the Classic division, and only 1 point separated the top 3 boats. The overall winner was Fogel Blow, a Swedish boat owned by Friedrich Dahlman. This beautiful boat was built in 1937. She had 2 firsts, a 2nd and a 4th, and won overall with 21 points. In 2nd place was the Danish boat Sunray. Originally built in 1939, she was completely restored in 2005. She was 2nd overall by the narrowest of margins, finishing with the same number of points as the winner. However, Sunray had 1 first only, to Fogel Blow's 2, meaning that Sunray ended up 2nd. 3rd in the Classics was Caprice, a British boat owned by Paul Smith. Caprice was built in 1946, just after the Second World War, and was last seen in Cowes in the 6 metre regatta held earlier in the summer. Despite Caprice's 2 firsts and a 3rd, she ended up with 22 points, just 1 point behind the 2 leaders. We'll see more of the 6s in this week's Centenary Metre Regatta, so join us for our next weekly report for more pictures of these beautiful boats.